So in previous sessions, we had a discussion regarding for the contract purchase agreements. Let's start with the today types of receipts. It's one of the important which is comes from the inventory side and as well as from the OM and from the procurement side. So some of the configurations which is comes from the inventory side, some configurations which is comes from the procurement side. So today we need to discuss all the types of receipts. Okay. So what is their functionality? What is their configurations? And everything we will discuss on this. Okay. People are still joining.
So is the instance you have shared that is working? Because yesterday it was uh, it was not working. The same instance we are doing, or we are going to use a new instance? The it's just EXGR. Yes. So it is working. Okay. Yesterday I tried. I was
Okay.
working.
We can start today's sessions. So we have a different types of receipts from the Oracle Fusion applications. So the setups is comes from the receipt routing. So we already performing from the receipt routings from the receiving summit, receiving time. So it is comes like three types. One is for direct, standard, inspection. Okay, we can see what is the direct, what is the standard, and what is the inspection required. And after that, we have a blind receiving. So how we can performing for the blind receiving? Okay. So without knowing the quantity of receiving, how can we performing for the blind receiving? Okay. First, we need to start with receipt routing methods. So let's steps on this receipt route. Okay. So we have three types. It is a very important from the interview point. What is the receipt routings? Okay. So we have three types of receipt routings. One is for direct delivery. Direct delivery. Direct delivery nothing means. See, for example, supplier is shipping the material to organization. Organization. So the material is directly moving to the sub inventory. There is no any receiving point. There is no any checking point. Nothing. The material is comes directly to the warehouse sub inventory. Okay. So that's for the direct delivery. So we don't have any receiving. We don't want to be performing any put away process. Directly, the material is delivered to the warehouse sub inventory in the stores level or any other sub inventories. Right. That is the direct delivery. Then standard delivery. Standard delivery. Basically, so here there is a one more step is involving under the standard delivery. So first the material is receiving in receiving location. That is called security point or like a receiving location. Anything that will be a configured or set up into the location level, warehouse location level. That's different task, right? So here standard delivery level, the material is first. The material is receiving, then we can perform the delivery in sub inventory. Okay, so first we need to receive the material in one of the sub inventory, receiving sub inventory or receiving location, we call it as. See, the big trucks cannot be entered into the warehouse levels, right? First they received their receiving location. Once they received that, the material is moving to the sub inventory, right? Storage sub inventory or anything. Right, in direct delivery, received the material direct into sub inventory. Received the material. So we have a lot of theories on this. There is a lot of documents on this. Okay. So no need to worry about that. What is direct delivery and standard delivery? We have a lot of theories and documents over on this. Received the material directly on sub inventory. We call it as a stores. Then inspection. Inspection. So here we received the material, then we can start the inspection. Then once the inspection process is completed, then that material is moving to the sub-inventory, storage sub-inventory. We call it as a storage sub-inventory. So here, what is the process? First, we received the material, receiving the material, right? Then can inspection the material. So what is the quantity, if any damages are there, then perform the put away process. So this put away process is basically move the material from inspection location to sub-inventory. This is what the three types of receipt routings from the Oracle Fusion application. Let's see where we can configure this, how we can be performing one by one. That we can see in the application. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me and end up the types of sessions. So we have it. Now, so basically this is comes from the setup and maintenance level. So we need to configure that from the inventory organization configurations. So here, if you go to the manufacturing and supply chain material management, under that, so we have inventory management. So inventory related lookups, inventory related configurations, which is coming over here. If receiving things are comes into the picture, we have a receiving option. We have a receiving option. Here, click on manage receiving parameters. So system is expected for which organization level we want to configure your receiving parameters. So click on that. So here we have a lot of options. Ship to exception actions. So if any exceptions are there, just have a warning, not for rejected. Based on this, whenever the shipping exceptions are comes into the pictures, okay, so the system is showing for warning. So this is ASN control actions. If any ASN is created on the receiving level, so what is the, if any ASN related corrections or material related receivings. So what is the action? Basically, we are showing for warnings only. Why? Because if you make a rejected, then you cannot performing if any quantity is missing or if any adjustments are happening, the system is not allowing. Okay. Then here, tolerances. So receiving tolerances. See, for example, expected receiving is today. The material is comes from the next week. So are this system is allowing or not? The tolerances, late tolerances or early tolerances. So the material is basically received today, but it comes 2 days back only. Are this system is allowing or not? Okay, it's a validation from the purchase order level. What is the creation date? What is the approval date? So it is based on that. So the dates are calculated over here. Receipt days exceeds action. If anything, receipt days are exceeded. Okay, just nothing. We already provided for some receipt routings, right? So we don't need to be taking for any warnings on this. If you need a warning, then you can take a warning. If more than the days. Receipt tolerances, over receipt action. If you want to make any over receipt, say for example, the quantity is 10. You want to receiving for supplier is shipping for 20 quantity. As this system is received or not. You can see here, when you putting over here, you can get some theory. Okay. Now the receipt routing configurations are comes over here. So this is the point where we need to see the receipt routing configurations. See here, if it is a direct delivery, there is a 3 types here. If it is a direct delivery, the material directly received in organization level. Okay. Now let's see performing for the direct delivery. We'll see. And use quality inspection plan. Up to now, we don't have any inspection plans. So inspection plan is nothing but if we have any third party related inspection tools are there. See, for example, if you are entering for any shopping malls, right? There is a inspection missions are there. Some alarm sounds are comes into the pictures if you have any unwanted material with you, right? So that is for inspection related plans are integrated to the inventory management at the time of inspection. Then we need to enable the checkbox. We will see one by one. Okay, remaining, this is receipt number generation method. Okay, how the receipt number is. See, if I take a manual, so I need to enter my receipt number. Okay, let's take. So system is asking alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means, so it is, you can take alphabets and numerics also. So starting number I am giving. If it is not, it is not required. And the RMA process level, written material process level, what is the receipt route? So now I'm not enabling anything over here. So we have a one more return receipt is there. We will discuss on that. And remaining checkboxes is not being and the receipt routing related. So we have some other options. We will see for that. Next, allow routing override. Right. So see, for example, allow routing override. So this is the one of the important default functionality. Remaining all these print options related or some other processing related. We don't want to be a take more on this. If warehouse related integrations are there to the inventory, then we need to make these options if it is required. Now, allow routing override. That means, see, for example, I am selecting direct delivery here. Direct delivery. Or else if I am selecting standard delivery. Okay. At the time of receiving, I need to override. That means I don't want to receive the material directly. My material comes into the stores level. I want to override that. Override that. So if you want to override as for the configuration of receipt routing, then you need to enable the checkbox. If you want to override, otherwise disable this. Let's see the transaction, how it is works. Okay. Now click on save. This is direct delivery performance. Direct delivery performance. This is the one thing where we need to check for the receipt routing deliveries. First setup. Then next setup. This is the first setup. Okay. One is from manage receiving parameters. Right. Then next setup is from supplier side. From supplier side. Let's see. Where is suppliers? For example, if I take a Dell supplier, okay, he's the Dell supplier. So here also, let's go to the address. Sites. So we have a lot of sites with the different business units. So let's take a Dell US. Under this, we have a receiving option. From the sites level, we have a receiving option. Here you can see. So system is by default, it is taking from the supplier side. Supplier side. Okay. Even if this type of supplier is comes into the purchase order level. Okay. He is supplying the material to organization. So what receipt routing is follows on this? What receipt routing follows on this? Here also, we need to mention if you have any supplier profile receipt options are there. Okay. Now it is a direct delivery. Let's see how system by default it is takes. So one is for manage receiving parameters. One is for manage suppliers. Right. This is the setups. Let's go to start one PO. Sometimes some other configurations also be there, like from item level, there is a one more receiving receipt routing is there. Let's see if item level is also be controlled. We will see that most of the times item level we cannot make any configurations, but let's. Okay, now click on here. I'm just entering one item. Just populated some of the fields. Go to here. So in the line level, we have a receipt routing automatically populated as from the configurations of inventory side and as well as from supplier side. Let's, yeah. Now you can see receipt routing is direct delivery. So this will be coming from the suppliers related. Why? Because suppliers level we are provided for the direct delivery. If you want to override, you can override it. Okay, you can override it like a standard receipt or inspection required. Okay, as for our configuration, system is automatically populated direct delivery. Okay, so after this, so how the direct delivery material we will receive it, we'll see that. So I'm taking only one PO. Okay, only one PO, which will be receiving three different levels. Okay, go to manage approvals. So on the practice level, you can create your own POs and receiving the different types of receipts levels. Okay. So because the PO creation and approval, it will take long time. So I'm taking only one PO, which is all the receiving related things. So click on here, create PO. So this is my. So let's wait. Once it is approved, we can receive the material. Click on manage orders. Pending approval. So now it is open status. Let's go and receive the material. So where we can receive the material? So let's go to the supply chain execution. So supply chain execution level, this person don't have a inventory management. Okay. Wait. So for receiving, so what are the roles we need to require to the user? Inventory manager, warehouse manager, and warehouse operator. Let's do our fine. So go to the users. So we don't have any inventory manager roles. Let's add that. So which organization you are receiving the material, you need to provide the data access for these roles, the user. So for data access, let's go to the facilities and click on manage inventory organization data accesses. Click on here. So what is the username? June. Okay, manager. So which org? Then duplicate. So warehouse manager. So it is still running. Once it is completed, we can receive the material. Okay. Meanwhile, just log out and log in. It is Is blocked. Why blocked?
This will take a 1 hour. I cross check in this
Yeah, but
instance.
new releases onwards. So even from the client sides also it is taking a time. This
Yeah.
information will be.
So if you will see, there is another program that is running, retrieve latest LDAP changes. So there are two programs running. You need to cancel this, the block one.
So what we will do is, so we can do one thing. For receiving part, so we will create one more user. It is taking a long.
I do have a user, but that is integrated with my legal entity
Yeah,
and BU.
no problem.
July user have the access for inventory.
Yeah, it's only for 1 minute. So we have already CM inventory managed. Now go to the inventory management. So we have a receiving organization 001, right? Let's go to here, click on receipts, receive expected shipment. Click on that. So what is the purchase order? So purchase order is this. Okay. Now, so when you click on receiving, when you click on receive, so system is automatically, you can see destination type is inventory, system is asking for sub inventory. Okay, so why? Because if destination is receiving, then you no need to enter for sub inventory. We received the material from receiving location. Okay, it is location level, we received that material. Now you can see here it is automatically defaulted as for the document level receipt routing. So the document level receipt routing is comes from the supplier side or inventory manage receiving parameter sites. Now I want to enter quantity of 2. Okay, just I am receiving partially. Okay, don't confuse over here. See, when it is destination is inventory, if I am clicking create receipt, system is asking sub inventory. It is a direct delivery, right? So the material comes to our warehouse. So now the receiving people directly receive the material to where their store locations are somewhere, right? Now click on this stores, then create receipt. So now you need to enter your receipt number. Why? Because why you are entering? We are giving receipt route, receipt numbering is a manual. Okay, then receipt on what is the date today? This is the receipt number. Okay, so I'm not entering anything directly. You can submit. So now you can receipt is created. Right. So this is for direct delivery. The material is now comes sub inventory level automatically. So we just want to check from the go to the inventory, manage item quantities. So obviously, so previously I'm not sure how much quantity it is there. 12 quantity is there. Under stores, yeah, the 12 quantity is there on the stores level. If you want to see the transaction history, you can see it. Now, let's receive the material by another way. So what is the next level? Standard receipt. I'm changing the receiving parameters in org level. Let's see, automatically system is taking or else it is following the document. Let's go to the receiving parameters again. Now go to manage receiving parameters and change here standard receipt. Standard receipt. Click on here, save. Now let's go and receive the material again. So what is the system behavior? We'll see that. Now for same PO, I am receiving for another 2 quantity. Receive expected shipments. So what is the purchase order number? Search. Okay. So we have 9 quantity. So previously 2 quantity we received, right? Now, see, destination type is inventory. Why it is following same? Because in the document level, the supplier's configuration level, we are following with direct delivery. So we don't want to override this. We don't want to override. Now, so if it is not following, then what is the next step? Let's. So you need to change the Go to the procurement. I think for the procurement, this user is access or not, I'm not sure. Access. Okay. Just log out to procurement manager user. June. So you can create your own PO also. Just want to be. No, it is right. Take this standard one. Click on validate.
And where we can check this destination is inventory at
Here it is there, right? Destination type. Okay, under schedules level, we have a destination type.
Okay. But this is grayed out, huh? This is coming from supply
Yeah,
setup.
yeah. Now, so we have two types of destinations. Hope the initial we had discussion. Two types of destination. One is for inventory, one is for expense. If it is a service related items, so destination type is expense. If it is a goods related, then the destination type is by default system is taking for inventory. Okay, that's a important interview question. How many destination types? So what is the difference between both? Now, so we create one change order by using the existing order. So in some scenarios, so this is on time being before approving this. If client is requested for, business is requested for 11 quantity. Okay, 11 quantity. The scenario base I'm asking. Right. But supplier is confirmed we have only 5 quantity. The remaining 6 quantity will comes for the next 2 months. We don't have availability on this. Right. So in such a scenario, so what is the purchasing team will do on this? So they will do on this, just go to the actions level. They are partially close the PO. Okay, they are partially close the PO and create a one more PO which supplier have availability, they'll create a one more pivot. That's the business use cases will comes into the picture. Now this is also be approved. Now go to the inventory manager. So log in with inventory manager account, or else we have, if it is integrated already. Now go to the receiving, go to the supply chain execution, inventory management. So before going to this, just check from manage item quantities level. What is the, so here click on hand receiving inbound. Now, how much inbound is there? Inbound nothing but the material is shipped from the supplier to organization. So once the material is shipped from supplier to organization, the inbound level, the on-hand quantity will be comes into the picture. So once the material is comes from the inbound to receiving location in our organization, then it is coming into the receiving. So once we received the material, then we can perform the put away process. That means we are moving the material from receiving location to stores location. Then it is comes on the on hand related, right? So in receiving level, inbound level, you cannot perform the any transaction by using this material. Why? Because the system is always considered on-hand quantity is the ultimate, which is eligible for reservations, which is eligible for transaction, the material to other sub-inventories or any inventory organizations. Now, it is there in the inbound level. Now, let's go and receive the material. Go to the receipts, click on receipts. Now, so what is the purchase order? Now click on line, click on receiving. Now you can see destination type is receiving. Destination type is receiving. Sub-inventory is not expected, the system. Okay. Then locator is not expected. Delivery to location is also be not expected. We can receive the material. Now click on all columns. So what is the quantity I am receiving right now? Again, 2 quantity. Again, 2 quantity. Which location level we are received? Seattle location level. Right. Now click on create receipt. So this will be receipt. So previously we have receipt 2. So previous it is 1. Now system is not expected any sub-inventory details over here. Now we are just receiving the material in our location, security point level or some other locations. Now this is my receipt number. So this is a direct delivery. This is standard delivery. Okay, please follow for this. Click on done. Now you can check from on-hand level. Go to the receipt routing. Not receiving expected. Sorry. Manage item quantities. Now the material is from inbound to receiving level. The material is existed. Let's see. Sorry. Now you can see 2 quantities on receiving location. Now you need to perform the put away process. Put away process means I am taking the material from here and putting the material from on-hand quantity, on-hand level. Let's see. So where we can perform that, go to the receipts again, under receipts. So where is that? Put away process is not there. Why? Receive lines. Okay, receive deliveries, receive lines. New performance put away process is on review level. Let's just check it. Receipt deliveries. So what is the receipt number? We cannot find out. Received lines. Away process awaiting for put away. So it is there on the received lines. Okay. Now just click on this. Where is this? Download the receipt. Receipt is fine. Receive lines is very. Let's go to awaiting. Reduced side, this is the major problem. The data is not integrated properly. Wait. So enable the reduced page for put away receipts. So that is the reason we are not. And this is also inspection for next level of receiving, right? Just disabling reducts and returning also. Okay. Unorder related. So next. So why Oracle functional consultants have a lot of demand in the market? Because Oracle is always be doing experiments, this type of redwood experiments, all those things. In other applications, we don't have such type of things. Yeah, still it is not reflected. Let's take some time. So this user have a triggering on this. Go to receipts. Yeah, now you can see put away receipts. Okay. So click on put away a receipt. So what is the receipt number? So search. Okay. Now system is expected. What is the sub inventory? So now you can see destination type is inventory. Previously it is there in the receiving. Even if you put on the receiving, system is not accepted for that. So under the destination inventory, you need to select which sub inventory level you want to move your material. Okay, what is the quantity? 2 quantity, right? Then submit. Now put away process is completed. Let's check the on-hand quantity. So previously we have a 12 on-hand quantity, right? Now we have a 14 on-hand quantity. Even 2 material is also be moving to the on-hand. Now you can see 14 on-hand quantity. 7 is inbound. So out of 9, we are received only for 2 quantity, right? So this is the standard delivery. Under standard delivery, first we received the material, then we can process the put away and we can move the material to sub-inventory location. That is the standard delivery. Then, whereas it is coming to the inspection, but I'm not sure inspection related, we are not performing anything, but we will see for that inspection also how it is works. Why? Because the system is expected inspection related, how it is triggering, we will see that. Let's again, you need to go for setup and maintenance. So go to the receiving parameters. Okay, now click on inspection required. Inspection required. So don't use the checkbox. If we have a inspection mechanism is there, like any third party tools are there, inspection related, right? Then only you need to enable this inspection plan, right? Otherwise, don't enable the checkbox. Why? Because at the time of receiving, system is asking what is your inspection plan. If you don't have any plan, system is not be making any inspection on this. Okay. Plan means the equipments, planning equipments. Now we are just have a manual inspection. Let's go to the PO level. Go to the procurement, purchase order. Now I am changing for receipt routing method in the line level as a inspection required for existed PO. So you can create on time being, I'm just doing this. You can create your own POs. So under line level, go to the schedules. So here, so standard means I'm taking inspection required, right? Nothing I'm changed. Then change to change what is already completed. Directly I'm submitted. We already know the approvals, right? Directly I'm submitted. So once it is approved, then we can perform the. So here also, what is the process? From standard, it will take some time. I'll give. Okay. Navigations. So here we receive the material. Then perform the put away process. Put away process. Then this is the standard delivery. Standard delivery. So you already know this delivery. So this delivery is only performing receive the material in sub-inventory direction. Right. So this is receive the material in inventory by direct delivery. Direct delivery. So this is the standard one. And next we receive the material. Receive the material by inspection. Now, so what is the, so we will see that. So first here, first we receive the material. We receive the material. This is the common process. We receive the material here also. Let's, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody is asking some question. Now let's go to the inventory management. So same, first we receive the material. First we receive the material, then only inspection can be happen. Without receiving, how can we inspection the material, right? That is the reason first we need to receive the material. So what is the purchase order? Same purchase order. Okay, total 7 quantity is there. Now destination type is receiving. Okay, how much I'm receiving? 2 quantity. Now here you cannot perform anything. First you need to receive the material. Then click on create receipt. So here this is receive inspection 001. This is my receipt number. So this is the inspection related receive submit. Okay, so this is the receipt number. Now click on here. Now I want to make the inspection. How we can do the inspection? Click on here. Inspect the receipts. Inspect the receipts. Click on this. Okay. So by using which document you can make the inspection? By receipt document. Click on that. Now you can see under the inspection level it is comes into the picture. So click on inspect. Inspect nothing but quality checking. Anything is it. Inspection status is rejected or warning. There is a 2 things are there. If any rejected is there, the quality is not good, then you can make the rejected. Rejected. Once you make the rejected, then you can perform the return transaction. That we can see the next level. Now you just want to be accepted. Inspection quantity, how the quality is there, excellent or average or this is all about the lookups. Just click on excellent, submit. That's all. Inspection is completed. Once the inspection is completed, it is not a just inspection is completed. We are not putting the material to sub-inventory level. So next level, what you need to do is, next level, you need to perform the put away. So go to here. So again, receive expected shipment. Click, no, not receive expected. Put away process. So we already received. Then click on put away receipts. So what is the receipt number? Click on this. Now put away. So we received the material. We are inspection the material, and then we are moving this material to store's location. So this is the way how we can create transaction by 3 different types of receipt routing method. Here we receive the material, then inspect the material. After that, we can put away the process. So this is the inspection related. Then now under the inspection level, some material is damaged. Some material is damaged. Okay, just 1 minute of transaction, that return material. Return material, where it is there, you can see you always return the receipt, not return the PO. So please find out, you create only for return receipt. Okay, so how we can create return receipt? Click on here. Just what receipt you are returning? Inspection related. One quantity I want to back on this. Just click on that. Click on here. Return the material. Then the supplier will receive the material. That's all. Nothing will be more on configuration side. Okay. So you can see return to supplier. Return to supplier. Return to receiving means only receiving location is received. Then you need to perform the again for return process. First directly click on return to supplier. What is the quantity? 2 quantity is there. Now I want to return 1 quantity. Okay. Okay. You want to remove the line. Debit memo cannot be created for okay. Submit. This is just a return receipt transaction. If you verified from the PO level, okay, just go to the PO. So we'll see the receiving and as well as for the return also from the purchase order life cycle phases. That is called return type of receipts. We have on receipt, right? The return receipt. So this is the one. Return receipt. Go to the manage orders. So what is the order number? So remaining things we'll see for tomorrow. Okay, go to the life cycle. Now you can see returned. Order, received, delivered. But whereas return also will happens. Where is that return? You can see here, return level. The material is recorded on the return level. The receipt is created, but it is completely returned. So the remaining 2 receipts, we received the material, we'll deliver the material. Right. So this is how we can track. If you want to see that, click on here and click on view transaction history. So from here, first we received the material. You can see first we received the material. So we accepted the material. Then we return the supplier 2 quantity from delivery location. You can see here. Right. So this is what the complete flow of receipt routing related. Remaining, we have on-order receipt, blind receiving, on-order receipt. So blind receiving is nothing but, if you are okay with that 1 minute of time, blind receiving also completed. Nothing will be more uncomplicated on this. Blind receiving is nothing. See, for example, when I received the material, I'll show you. And the receipt level, it's only 1 minute. I want to give tomorrow if server is not working, that is something different. So if you go to again receiving expected shipment, it is a PO number. So this is the PO number. Okay, when I click on receive, you can see here quantity you need to enter, right? I don't know how much quantity I need to enter. I need to receive. So if you click on this, automatically what is the outstanding quantity, system is automatically shows that. I have this option. When I click on show receipt quantity, system is automatically populated remaining quantity. So business is asking, I don't want this. My receiving team is received the material and make the counting in the receiving location. Then only we need to receive the material and put away the process. So we don't want this option where we need to fade away this. Okay. Then how we can achieve that? Simple thing. Just to go to the setup and maintenance. Okay. Under setup and maintenance, go to the receiving parameters. Receiving parameters. Under this, we have one option called, I'll tell you. You can see, yeah. Allow enforce blind receiving checkbox. Just enable the checkbox, blind receiving. Okay, just enable that checkbox. See, make a quantity due or quantity order for each shipment not visible on the receipt level. Just click and save and push. Now let's see that option will be visible or not. Receive expected shipment. Search with purchase order. Now click on here. Now you can see this option is not. You must receive the quantity. You need to do the manual counting. Then how much quantity is supplier is shipped to our organization, that you need to enter. That is the receipt agent or receiving agent duties. They need to count the material. So now we don't have option, right? That is called blind receive. That is called blind receive. So obviously same. What is the quantity? They are received, that quantity they are entering and they'll create a receipt. That is called blind receipt. That's all. Nothing more on this. Okay. So we just disable that option. We are disable that option. Okay. This is what the complete today's, and the remaining is written also completed. So unordered receipt, pay on receipt, and pay on usage. Tomorrow we'll see that. So it will take some pay and receipt and unordered receipts are taking some time. We'll see for tomorrow complete on this receipt search.